Hey,
Oh, hi.
I just read the title for the video. I think we should change it. It's stupid.
Yeah, and funny.
But why not just go for a regular sewing name like me making Tailor's ham or something? Why include the Swifties? Why? They're terrifying, you know. They might take this as an attack on Tailor. They might think you're making fun of her, calling her a piggy or something. A ham.
A ham.
I don't know about this. I don't like it.
I'm gonna keep it.
They get angry. We gotta be careful.
It was just a dumb joke. If you don't know me, I'm Birta R&B, and today I will be making a Tailor's ham. What is that, you may ask, and what would you use it for? As the name might suggest, it's something tailors use and used to use when creating garments and clothing that are kind of bent, making corsetry or even just making jackets and suits with everything with sleeves. And because the body of people is usually curved, unless you are pappispiersi, this really comes in handy to make everything look cleaner, because ironing something, it's for ironing. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that. It's for helping tailors iron clothes and make the seams look just more perfect. I will be making 2 hams. We're gonna ham it up in here. I'll be making the regular ham and I'll be making a sleeve ham. So you can see I have patterns here. It's actually a free pattern from Twig and Tale. They suggest for the outer layer to have something made of wool or natural fibers. I have 2 wool fabrics that I have. This used to be a skirt that was just too small on me, but I absolutely love the chocolatey brown color. And I have actually used this before on a project. I made a tiny little cowboy hat for one of my bunnies, for Georg, for his of Mice and Men costume. Okay, I'm gonna be so sad. I have these absolutely gorgeous pants. They're kind of green, purpley brown. They used to fit perfectly on me. I thrifted them and they were just absolutely gorgeous. I didn't realize they are proper wool and they were supposed to be hand washed. And I did put them in a washer and they shrank and they don't fit anymore. So I'm gonna make them into a Tailor's ham. You just need something that's not gonna rip, because you're gonna stuff it fully to the brim. So you can actually utilize it as it's not gonna have any give in it. It's gonna be properly structured and full of stuff. The first steps when using thrifted fabric, especially if it used to be something else, is to seam rip it. And that's what I did with the pants. I didn't realize until I started making this that Twig and Tale actually encourage using thrifted or upcycled fabrics. I pressed everything before cutting and then I lined everything up and cut according to the pattern. I have all the layers cut for my ham. This is just from cotton curtains that I thrifted. And this is going to be the lining for the inner part of the Tailor's ham. So I have wool on the outside and this 100% cotton on the inside, which is the lining. Now it's time to put everything together into a cute little sandwich. It's gonna look the same for both the regular ham and the sleeve ham. So we start with a lining. Next up we have the wool fabric, the fashion fabric if you want. Here you want to have the right side up. Next one, you want to have the wrong side up on the wool fabric, and as you can maybe see with mine, there's a little bit of strands of fabric, so this is going to be on the inside and then the other lining. When you start to sew, you start sewing 1 centimeter of stitching all around the whole thing, leaving this much gap so you're able to flip it. Then you go 3 millimeters more inside of the first line and stitch everything down again. I changed the bobbin and the main thread on my machine. I will be using leather thread. It's a little bit thicker but super strong, so you can definitely stuff everything you want inside of that ham without it ripping. And you can also use, I can't remember what it's called, but I'll put like a text on the screen here where you can also use. Making sure everything is lining up perfectly, I chose to pin it all in place and sew the first stitch. Without thinking, I made the seam allowance 2 centimeters and not 1, so my ham is slightly smaller than the pattern says. I just cut off the extra fabric and made the notches. Instead of cutting notches, you can also use pinking shears, like I did here with the sleeve ham. Just whichever way you choose, be careful not to cut your stitches. Next up is to flip your ham thoroughly and prepare that stuffing. For the stuffing, you should only use natural fibers, such as the cotton or wool scraps you get from this project, as well as all the leftovers you have from previous projects. So this is a real scrap buster. I spent such a long time cutting everything down first to make sure it was stuffable, and my hand was extremely tired. You don't want to put anything in there that might melt, such as polyester, as this will obviously be used with high heat. I cut up the unusable parts of the cotton curtain, and I went through all my cutoffs in my previous project pile and found anything natural to stuff, like the turtle's fabric from this video. To the second one, I also added some wood pallets as suggested in the guide, but I had so much fabric to stuff I didn't really use that much. You just stuff the ham to the brim, sew the first layer up, then you sew the second layer. I didn't do the prettiest job with sewing it, and now you serve it. Here are my 2 hammies. I'm very happy with them. They're very hefty, they're quite heavy actually, and I think that's good. That's probably nice, so they're here not moving around, and they can actually give, like with the sleeve one, it can actually hold the sleeve on the other side, and it's just bulky and hefty, and it's nice. I'm happy with them. My sewing job on the first one is not the prettiest. The second one is better, but I'll have to learn how to hand sew a little bit better. And I'm just fairly excited to go iron something on these guys. I have to now make something that requires me to make curves, which, who knows, maybe that's the reason why I made these. What do you think I'll be making and using these to make it look nice and dandy? Comment that down below and let me know what you think. Did you like the, I don't know if I should call it a sketch, it wasn't that funny, but did you like the intro? I'm trying to change things up, make something a little bit different maybe. If it's not working, then definitely not. I just kind of want to make something stupid. If you like it, let me know. Give this a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you don't. That will help me figure out. If you're a Swiftie, maybe you won't like it. I don't know. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one, and I hope you have a nice weekend. Bye.